Pen and paper, the OG. Long before silicon and servers, pen and paper was the original analog storage system. You simply drag a stick leaking colored liquid over flattened, dried wood pulp to create symbols your brain can decode later. This invention ushered in the dawn of recorded history, allowing humans to pass down knowledge across generations without relying strictly on oral storytelling. Operating at a baseline speed of roughly 0.000003 megabytes per second. While a well-kept book has a life expectancy ranging from decades to thousands of years, the medium is severely disadvantaged by the immense physical space it requires, its inability to be easily backed up, and its vulnerability to fire, water, and pests. Floppy disk. The floppy disk, introduced in 1971, was a massive leap forward that gave birth to personal computing software. It consists of a thin, flexible magnetic disk sealed inside a square plastic shell, which a machine reads by altering the magnetic poles on the disk's surface to represent ones and zeros. Operating at roughly 0.06 megabytes per second, it is an impressive 20,000 times faster than pen and paper. With a life expectancy of about 10 to 20 years, it finally allowed everyday people to buy programs, share text files, and play early video games at home. However, its disadvantages quickly became apparent. It had a tiny storage capacity. You would need over 700 floppy disks just to hold a single 1 gigabyte movie, and it was notoriously fragile, meaning a stray magnet or a bit too much dust could instantly wipe your data. CD. Taking over from the floppy, optical disks hit the scene in 1982 with the invention of the CD. A disk is essentially a shiny plastic circle where a tiny laser shoots at the spinning surface, reading microscopic physical bumps and flat areas as digital data. Averaging speeds of around 20 megabytes per second for a standard DVD, these are 6,600,000 times faster than handwriting. If kept pristine, a disk has a life expectancy of 10 to 50 years. This technology enabled a golden era of high-fidelity multimedia, bringing CD-quality music, interactive video games, and full-length cinematic movies into living rooms globally. On the downside, they are easily scratched, which permanently ruins the data. Most cannot be overwritten once burned, and physical disk drives are rapidly becoming obsolete in modern computers. Cloud storage, popularized around 2006, is essentially just someone else's massive warehouse of computers. When you save to the cloud, your device sends data through the internet to a giant secure server farm hundreds of miles away. Depending heavily on your home internet connection, average download and upload speeds hover around 25 megabytes per second. Its life expectancy is effectively indefinite, provided you keep paying your subscription bill and the host company stays in business. The cloud revolutionized universal access, enabling streaming services like Netflix, and allowing you to take a photo on your phone and instantly view it on your laptop. The main disadvantages are its total reliance on an active internet connection, ongoing monthly fees, and the inherent privacy concerns of trusting a major tech corporation with the keys to your personal files. The hard disk drive, invented by IBM in 1956 when it was the size of 2 refrigerators, works essentially like a record player sealed inside a metal box. It contains metallic platters that spin at incredibly high speeds, while a microscopic robotic arm sweeps across them, using magnets to read and write data. Operating at about 150 megabytes per second, under heavy active use, you can expect an HDD to last about 3 to 5 years. This technology enabled massive personal data hoarding, giving computers the ability to permanently store heavy operating systems, hundreds of video games, and massive digital libraries very cheaply. The glaring disadvantage is that because they rely on rapidly moving mechanical parts, they are extremely fragile. Dropping a hard drive while it is running will almost always destroy it instantly. The solid-state drive, which saw its first commercial PC-compatible release in 1991, represents the ultimate evolution of consumer storage. Unlike an HDD, an SSD has 0 moving parts and functions entirely on high-grade flash memory chips working in parallel, like a multi-lane digital freeway. with speeds averaging 3,500 megabytes per second, and modern drives pushing well past that. An SSD is a staggering 1,166,000,000 times faster than pen and paper. They typically last 5 to 10 years, measured by the total amount of data written to them. SSDs enable truly instantaneous computing by eliminating minutes-long boot times, allowing massive video game worlds to load seamlessly, and giving professionals the power to edit high-resolution video without stuttering. Their main disadvantages are that they are significantly more expensive to manufacture than traditional hard drives, meaning you get less storage space for your money. And when an SSD eventually dies, the data is usually gone forever, whereas a dying hard drive can sometimes be salvaged by recovery professionals.